I can't please everybody, and I don't try. I let them know that in the church covenant it says that we could respectfully disagree.
Yes. Yeah, I like that.
But how can we do that? And then the first thing you do is, especially spectator saints, will leech on to a new member so they feel like they can pull somebody in their corner.
You know,
and it's wrong. Go ahead, guys.
Okay, this is Real Talk Radio. If leaders, when leaders who is called by God, as you say, has the mantle on their life, if they are really connected and spiritually inclined, they're not going to catch everything, but you break them cliques up that is in church, that'll quiet down a lot of strife. And make sure, if you see it, make sure that that busybody or whoever it is do not latch on to one of the new members that just came in. Like you say, you can't please and protect everyone. And like you said, leaders need to teach those that have already been with him how to navigate the new members class.
Right.
I'm with you 100% on that. And they are the ones that have perfected their spiritual gift, and their leadership is who the new members that join you go to. And you get rid of the cliques that's in the church.
There you go.
What now? Lovingness. Came up with a good one.
It starts when you have to get rid of the cliques. We talked about that. We have to get rid of the clique. We can't stand in with the clique because we're not a part of the clique. So we have to show as leaders in the church. I'm not going to say pastors. I'm going to say as leaders in the church, as head people in the church. We have to actually show, and people. We have to show people. We know Sally is talking about Sam in the church. We know Sally is trying to hit up Sam in the church. We know Sam is trying to hit up Raymond in that choir. So, but we as leaders, we have to have somebody in the, I know the Bible talks about there were spies sent out into a city, and the spies was looking around the city just to see before the attack was getting ready to come. So we as leaders, not saying we want to attack anybody, but we need to send out spies to in our congregation so we can know and not be blinded by how Pastor Jackson said, well, it's not the leaders, it's the congregation. But we need to put somebody in the congregation to report to the leaders.
Yeah, I agree. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you perfect.
All right. So I agree with that completely. One of the most difficult things, especially for me, is, and I try to teach young pastors that there's a difference. Excuse me. And when I say this, you guys, I know you understand. There's a difference between being a founding pastor,
right,
and being a transitional pastor.
Yes.
So the founding pastor means that God gave you the mindset, the ability, and the will to start a church where you're able to construct the bylaws, and that's great. When you're a transitional pastor, you got to understand that there were things that were there that were established.
Exactly.
And you have to. One of the biggest, and I'm gonna get on pastors now. Transitional pastors, listen to me. One of the biggest problems that we have is that we think that we have to change everything to fit us.
Right. I know you're right.
Stop it. Listen, the church would have defaulted years ago before you became pastor.
Yeah.
So obviously, there are some things that are correct. There are some things that need to be tweaked. But like I try to explain to them that you need to learn how to honor those who were before you. And that's the truth. Us as pastors and as leaders in the church, you have to be able to honor those who have been through, who have transitioned over, who have helped. Listen, whether good or bad, there are some things that you have to respect. So when you want to hear the what now is when you're a transitional pastor, what do you do when congregation members in the congregation tell you that's not the way brother Pastor so-and-so did it? How are you going to respond to that?
The best way to respond to that is say, show me or tell me how did the pastor do this.
Right.
That would be the correct response. Instead of blowing up your head, well, we gonna do it. You got some. Oh, we good Lord Almighty.
Look, ladies and gentlemen, guys can call in now and help us out with this question. He's hitting it. Well, call in and be a part of this conference with us at 515-739-1249. Our access number is 897236. He's talking about what now, y'all? Come on, Doc.
It's so, and it's ironic that, or actually it's not, it's God, that we're conversing about this, because as I look, I see so many defeated pastors. Pastors who they're working hard in the vineyard, but they don't have growing hands.
Wow.
I know we talked about this before. My mother always says that she goes to her beautician because she has growing hands.
I never heard that.
In other words, like my mom said, she had split ends, and because her beautician takes the time with her hair, puts the right chemical in it, the right oil, the right. Her hair is growing beyond leaps and bounds, and so I thought about that and said, do we as pastors have the right ingredients when it comes to nourishing our congregations? Do we? Are we judge, jury, and executioner behind the lectern, or are we showing the agape love of Christ?
Amen.
I know pastors who will beat the congregation down on specific topics, and at home their children are doing the same thing that he's preaching about.
Exactly.
So how do you as pastors and as leaders, how are we going to be able to hold people accountable? And I would love somebody to chime in if they have anything that they want to say or ask a question about it, because the pastor shouldn't have to do everything in the church, and the congregation should never have to complain when there's not enough to do.
Right. So look, you guys, if you guys want to chime in, I know somebody on Facebook Live is watching because I see the numbers, and I thank for the likes. So look, chime in. This is an open forum for you to, if you are a pastor and you're listening, and you want to put your 2 cents in, chime in with us at area code 515-739-1249, and the access number is 897-236.
So I want to open up the floor to you, gentlemen.
Okay.
As leaders, what is your biggest obstacle?
Oh, wow. Me personally, when I was physically pastoring, my biggest obstacle was going into pastoring with another person, and they're not complying by the rules that we agreed upon. So that threw the church into a shambles, into a mess. And a lot of times, if you open up a church, you find that if you don't make no rules, even with your ministers, and even with the ones you ordain, if you don't make no rules, it's going to be a mess. That was one of my big, honestly, true problems that I had going into ministry as pastorship. Yes, sir.
And you, Pastor, what's one of your biggest obstacles?
Lying. Unnecessary lying. I'm not a senior pastor. I'm not, some pastors that I have been up under, feel unnecessary.
All right. Somebody call in.
And that just flips me. You tell me this, and you do something. I'm like,
somebody just chimed in just now. So after Elder Ruffy gets ready to talk, whoever chimes in, go ahead and say something.
No. And I'm like, oh, but I'm here to assist you. I'm here to help you move God's church forward. And this here is how you are playing the ball game. Okay, I got you now. Now I know how to conduct myself with you. But it's just unnecessary lie. It's not. What's the purpose?
Right.
Mess around and end up like Ananias and his wife. I ain't with you know that. What now?
Oh, whoa.
That's my biggest obstacle, is lying.
So who we have with us inside the conference room at this time is?
Well, it's none other than Minister Oliver Goodlow. I just
What's
came
up?
in. How you doing, sir? And hi, everybody on the panel.
We're
Nice.
That's it.
Hey, I was just listening briefly the last 5 minutes to what was being spoken of. And the one thing that God really, I just got through doing a video on this. I just got through doing a video on this on Facebook Live about what evil does. Okay, evil, and if you guys disagree with me on this, evil is not as dumb as we think it to be. Evil is very cunning. Evil is very plotting. Evil is very, very, very smart. And evil is going to be evil no matter what. Okay? Now keep that in mind. Whenever you're dealing with the enemy, and whenever you're dealing with the enemy specifically that is bigger than you, the best thing that you can do to defeat that enemy is to cut them up in little pieces. You got to divide the enemy. You have to divide the enemy.
Yep.
Okay? You have to divide the enemy. And what you do is that you divide the enemy into little pieces so that you can now, and get this, catch this, you could take each and every part of your enemy